The game may be the game, but when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. What's going on, everybody? Look, let's get into the meat and the potatoes. Life in Scars, aka Game is Game, the dude that be on TikTok supposedly spitting game, has been arrested for beating on his girlfriend. So what we're looking at right here is she clearly hits him first, and then he's retaliating to the actions off screen. Now, of course, I'm not condoning nobody hitting nobody. I wouldn't even necessarily say that this was an act of self-defense, but I'm not gonna sit here and call it self-defense though. People on the internet are claiming that it's self-defense. I don't think they know what self-defense is. He's not in fear of his life. This is more so of a retaliation type thing, but they did get both of them up out of here. I do see that both of them have definitely been arrested. What makes it so stupid is for years and years, we've had words of him saying that this is what he does, how he pulls these things off, and he always seems to pull it off as a skit. The internet takes everything that he does as a skit, but to do it on video is literally stupid, especially when you have to go to court, and they're probably gonna play a video like this when you get to court.
How to legally beat a bitch. Guys, you ever want to beat the shit out of a bitch, but you're afraid that the judge might not see it your way? Well, I got the solution. It's sports. Think about it. If you take your bitch to play baseball and you pitching and she at bat, you can wind that ball back and hit that bitch square in the throat.
Okay.
She won't be awarded no lawsuit. The only thing she gonna be awarded is first base.
I wonder why he didn't take his own advice right here and maybe take his girlfriend out to play some sort of sports instead of being on Discord. But no, seriously, it seems like he's very well versed in this, even knowing how long you could get in jail for potentially doing these types of things. Like, it seems like he's literally a master on what to do, what not to do, and what type of sentencing you could get for placing your hands on a woman. And not only did he do one video on this, of course, he doubles down with 2 videos to really drive home the fact that he is for sure somebody who places his hands on women.
How to legally two-piece a bitch. Guys, my mama always taught me not to hit bitches, but she never taught them bitches not to hit me. So listen, it's gonna come a point in time when your bitch might have too much to drink, or they might get mad at you, and they want to take all that anger out on you in a violent way. And you gotta protect yourself. But you can't just go Ray Rice on the bitch. You need to pull out your phone and record them coming at you and knocking the phone out your hand or making it look like a struggle.
There it is, there it is. When art imitates life, or when life imitates art, however the old saying goes. This is him foreshadowing what's gonna happen between him and his girlfriend. I think oftentimes we chalk things up to, hey, this is just content, this isn't real life, this is just an artist being an artist. But when in reality, these things are actually happening in real life. Now, I'm not gonna get in the middle of whose fault it was, who started all this, that, and the third. However, what we see clearly on video is her hitting him. So she definitely has some accountability. But of course, he has some accountability too, with it being on recording, and let alone it being live. People are gonna put stuff out there that don't need to be out there, especially when you have all this evidence to back their claims. Like literally, we just seen a video that released yesterday of P. Diddy putting his hands on Cassie in 2016 in a hotel. The internet has no time to tolerate any of these shenanigans that he has. And he's always been a divisive character. He's had content out there that people have been talking about as being weird for a long time.
How to teach your kids how to fuck. Look, guys, if you ever been to sex ed, you know they don't teach you shit but abstinence and diseases. They trying to attach a negative stigma to a big part of life. And I don't like that shit. That's why we, as parents, we got to teach our kids how to fuck. And the best way to do that is to fuck in front of your kids. Either that or they gonna learn from porn.
What's crazy is, and this is a total side note, I may agree with some of the messaging that he potentially has. Sex ed is trash. You know, you need to give your kids some real sexual education in your own household. But I think the delivery is too insane. It's crazy because people have been turning on him recently in some of his comment sections and some of the commentary he's had, because he's really been trying to push this agenda too far. And I think when we see these extreme content creators like this, to me, he's in the same category as the Neons, the Vitalis, and all the other kick streamers. We see this extreme stuff. I believe that this is a window into their actual lives. Nobody just does stuff like this. Like, what type of mentally sane person would, in their right mind, say something about age of consent the way that he does in this video?
Why, age of consent is some bullshit, because it's a bunch of man-made laws that don't make no fucking sense. For example, in Angola, the age of consent is 11 years old. In the US, the age of consent is 16, sometimes 18 years old. In Bahrain, the age of consent is 21 years old. But in the Bible, God don't say shit about no age of consent. See, you can't have this conversation without a lot of people calling you a pedophile. And actually, it's the complete opposite. Because I was molested as a child, And my only regret is that it didn't happen more often.
Him hashtagging it no Diddy makes nobody take him seriously. But so now he's setting out to establish a pattern of what he's saying on the internet is actually being reflected in his real life. It makes you want to go back and question, hey, what the heck was this guy saying? What did he mean by that? How do we interpret this? And is his actions actually being played out in the real stage? Stuff like this is why you need to watch what kids or other younger people watch on the internet or consume as content on a daily basis. No, we can't just laugh off Life in Scars as being a joke, because what he's reflecting and joking about on the internet is being shown in his real life. If you're not watching them, they're gonna take these jokes and turn these things into real life, specifically because of the people who are saying these jokes are also doing these things IRL. And even as major platforms, they should probably try to stay away from platforming people like this, because these aren't memes or whatever the case may be. Now look, if they determine that this is self-defense, I guess, but with the wording placed behind what he's saying, it doesn't really help his case in the matter of, is this self-defense or not? Really, he's just pushing himself down a further rabbit hole of, hey, is this weirdo lock him up behavior? Because men shouldn't be beating on women no matter what the cause is. It really looked like he took off on her in a video which she just gave him one punch. That's just totally unnecessary. But what do I know?